Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my stay-at-home moms and pops. Shout out to the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck drivers, long distance truck driver, delivery drivers. Shout out to Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. You deserve respect. Shout out to you. Shout out to all my early people who came in here this morning. So let me run down the list real quick, and then we can get on with this. It's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. For those of you who've been working hard all week and you just couldn't wait to get to the weekend, you completed another one. The weekend is here. I hope you have some fun. I hope you have some safe fun. Protect yourself. Surround yourself with good people that love you, that you know for a fact love you. You don't have to question it. Surround yourself with people that uplift your vibrations and enjoy your weekend and enjoy life. Life is short, life is sweet, but life can get real sour really, really quick. And with that said, who's that? Kayla C1. Kayla C1 says, first one in. Big up yourself, Kayla. Kayla says, up, 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 SouFLo. This, the freaking weekend, baby. And it is. All right. Nature Man, big up yourself. Sonia Unstoppable, thank you for being here. Sonia says, blessings for another week, SouFLo. Yes, indeed. Anthony Bearer, up, 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 bro. Sash is here. Good morning, Sash. Ray Clark is here. Lomo is here. Sean Cassell is here. Stacy Deans is here. Stacy Dean says, good morning, SouFLo and family, and good morning to you, Stacy. Island Love 876310 says, good morning, SouFLo. Finally caught you live. Woo-hoo. Well, thank you. Thank you for making the effort. I appreciate it greatly. All right. Reggae there early in the morning. Reggae says, morning to all correction officers. Big we up. So big up to the correction officers, them. Big up to the good correction officers, them. Because you have some correction officers that are worse than the inmates inside those institutions. And we know firsthand about them thing there. So big up to the good ones, them, of course. Just like I said, big up to all law enforcement officials. And I, a lot of the times, forget. But big up to all my veterans and big up to all my now active duty reserve, all military personnel from all angles. Big up on yourself. All right. Andre Humphrey, good morning. Who's that? June O'Brien, good morning. Michelle W is here. Michelle Williams is here. Arlene Can't Stoppable, reggae. We're there. All right. Donna Gale, good morning. I see you. And Forgotten World, thank you for being here. We are up and running. So we're going to talk about two things this morning. One of my subscribers hit me up yesterday. Someone who always hits me up. I appreciate you greatly. I won't say your name. I don't know if you want me to say it or not. But always hit me up in the Gmail and send me what is hot and happening or what she thinks would be a good discussion point. And one of them is about this youth in New York. Now, I got my information from, you see, the people who listen when they watch SouFLoTV. Some people are like, the video them too long, SouFLo. But you shouldn't comment then because you didn't hear what I said. In the next 50 minutes of the video, you only watch 10 minutes of a 1 hour video. I'm giving you my source. NBC New York, and spell New York all the way out. NBCNewYork.com is where you can go to see the video of the arrest. You can hear the arresting officers speak, investigating officers speak. You can also hear family members of the victim speak. What story am I talking about? I am talking about the young man that killed his mother in New York City because his mom asked him to get a job. His mother asked him to get a job. And you know, so I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit because being a parent myself, sometimes we give our children too much. You know what I'm saying? Too much. And it's hard to tell a good parent that you're doing too much for your child, it just doesn't sound right. Because in a good parent's mind, nothing is too much for my child or my children. See? So sometimes you baby them too much and you give them everything and they don't know what it feels like to get up and go get it on their own. I, for example, use my own children as an example. I feel like my children are not motivated enough. Like when I was going to school, it wasn't necessarily that I was coming out of deep poverty or anything. When I was going to school, because I wasn't raised in deep poverty, I Clarendon, Mavado, and grow and them thing there. But anyway, the part of Clarendon I was born and raised in is very fruitful, bountiful, come from a farming district, farming community, farming family. So we always had things. Yeah, we might not have been rich and wealthy, but I thought we were rich and wealthy while I was growing up. Plus my grandmother, bossy, you know, can't play with nobody else in the neighborhood and all these other kind of things. So we were raised a certain way and we had ambition from a young age. Like we knew I wanted my name to be called. From Milico. So when I finally did things like took up track and field and my brother took up football and these kind of things, we wanted to walk into school and have everybody I said, yo, so and so and so, and it's like the man just stepped in the building. I don't see my kids giving off the same energy. Like they want all that. And sometimes I think it's because I've given them too much. I asked my 13-year-old to do the dishes. Imagine being asked to do the dishes for the first time at 13 and 12. I'm doing dishes from I had to put a stool in front of the counter and climb up to do dishes. And they don't get to do dishes till they're teenagers. The luxuries that we afford them and we think, oh, I'm just making a better life for my child. When in fact, what you're doing is you're handicapping the child. Because me look at my son trying to wash the dishes, and even my 17-year-old or just turned 18, my 18-year-old, ask him to wash the dishes is literally 4 dishes and about 3 cups in the sink, couple fork and knife and thing. And the man would literally take about 15 whole minutes to wash just that. Water running constantly for the whole 15 minutes. And him that they rub the dishes them like he's bathing a baby for each dish and him turn it this way and turn it that way. And I have to go in the kitchen and be like, all right, stand over here. So let me show you how to do the dishes. Because you up here running water like we don't pay for the water. You would have watered the whole of Africa by the time you finish washing. That's how I talk to him. You would have watered the whole of Africa by the time you finish washing these dishes. So watch this. Catch some water in this side of the sink. This is where you're going to wash. You rinse over here. All right, put some soap in there. Stop the sink up, put some soap in it, blah, blah, blah. Wash, put over, wash. Just make sure all the food come off the plate. Like I'm trying to get him, and after I leave him, he goes back to washing the dishes the same way he knows how. Like he's not sure and takes his time. All of them do it. All of them do it. He's 18 now. His other brother is 13 and the other one is 12. And I let them take turns now doing the dishes when they're around, and it's the same thing. It's because them never have to wash no dishes before. The only responsibilities my children had was keep your room clean, because I like a clean house. That's it. And be a good student in school. That's the luxury we hope to provide our children, right? If that's all your responsibility was. This woman in particular, I don't know how old her son is, but I know that she was only 39 years old. 39 years old, mother of 8. And one of your 8 children took your life. One of her 8 children took her life. So the story goes, and I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to give you off my notes that I jotted down. For those of you who don't know, I keep a board about what I talk about, my sources, points to talk on, so on and so forth. So you get constructive conversation right us up. So apparently the family came from Gambia and Sierra Leone in the 1990s. Now, if you remember what was going on in Sierra Leone in the 1990s, they come from a war-torn place. They come from a place where things was, it's appropriate to use the word bomb, clottish, because that's how their life was there. And you run with your pit to them, bring them to a better place. His uncle said they all came to the US to make a better life for themselves, a life of peace where they can raise their children and they can earn a living and help others back home, etc. So his mom did the thing. 39 years old, 8 children. She asked him to get a job. That's all she did. My mother asked me to get a job. My mother asked me to get it. Matter of fact, my mother tell me, say, yo, we need help. Go find something we can pay you. You know how old I was? I started working at 14 years old, packing grocery bags at Winn-Dixie. Them time that back then, I didn't kill my mom. I didn't kill my mom because, again, me just reached foreign, right? Few years into that, I'm old enough now to work where I found out they would hire me to pack bags. Watch my mother struggle for those years, and as soon as I was old enough to help, that is what I did. That is what I did. So I was buying groceries at 14 for the house, which included my other siblings and my mother and myself. And then I started paying one of the bills. I think she gave me the light bill. So I get the light bill for pay, and groceries was my responsibility at 14 years old. That's real life. And while doing that, I was a good student in school. I even had honors classes. I was a good student in school, and I was on the track and field team and doing extremely well because it was partial track and field and partial academics that actually sent me to Florida to university in the first place, which is down in Miami. Anyhow, she asked him to get a job. She put him out. The uncle said she actually did put him out. Put him out. I don't know how you got back in the house, but it's your child. And I can't think, but mommy probably saying, oh, I'm going to give him some tough love. Now, tough love, something that. I'm going to give him some tough love. Put him out for a couple of nights because he's getting older and he needs to take on responsibilities. Come on, man, come help me. You're old enough now, big, tough, old enough now. I've seen a picture of him. He looks to be about late teens to early 20s, 19, 20, 21, 20, them kind of age there. His mom is 39. So I'm guessing he probably is in his late teens, old enough to get a job. And instead of you saying, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to help my mom because I've seen her struggle all these years, you know, and I'm old enough to do it now. You killed the woman. Shot her in the head, fam. In your own mom. Shot her in the head. So the uncle was crying. You can go look at all that on NBCNewYork.com. The uncle was crying. The uncle says, he's a lazy bastard. That's what he is. My sister put him out. My sister told him to go get a job. He needed to get a job, contribute, help. And he killed her. His own mom. He was arrested half a block away from the apartment where he killed his mom. And he still had the murder weapon on him. This is what the law enforcement officials said. I know some people are going to argue and say, how them know is the murder weapon? It might be not the murder weapon, SouFLo, all this other stuff. Me no know. That's what they told us via the news. It might have been the same matching caliber. He might have admitted that this is the one gun I used, so on and so forth. They found the gun on his person when he was arrested. He was immediately taken for a psych eval, psychological evaluation, and then he was charged, right? So he's been charged with murder of his own mother. And it makes me really think, damn, you really can give your kids too much. You really can give your kids too much. I see parents do it all the time. I tell my son this. I say, listen, I'm not trying to take care of no grown person, right? I'm trying to get older. I'm trying to live my life after handling all my responsibilities. If God bless me and I'm old enough to be around. I don't know where the father is, Guyanese dog. Guyanese dog, good morning and thank you for being here. I don't know where the father is. I think the father might still be, you know, one of them situations that where mommy had to leave first because she get papers straight. You know, visa and them thing that go on all this. She get papers straight first and she had to leave first. left daddy back there. Daddy could get papers to come to where they are at. Those kind of things. I don't know where the father is. Father was not mentioned in this. It just says she's a mother of 8 kids. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, sometimes you can't give your kids too much. I see it. I see people baby their children until they're a grown man, until the child. But tell my son, listen, man, I'll take care of no grown man. When you hit a certain age, I have done all that I could. I take this responsibility of parenting seriously. So I instill everything is given to me to instill in you. And as they get older, I talk to them about everything like big people, nothing more to hide. Open their eyes to the world. I'm instilling them, giving, and at the same time, I am providing and making sure that you have a life where you cannot say, oh, I was disenfranchised because my parents were poor and I grew up in a messed up community and the gangs in the neighborhood took me away and I was heavily influenced in the wrong manner. You won't have no excuses, is what I tell my son. Your failures that will come in the future, if you don't listen to what I'm saying and the path I'm trying to guide you on, the dealing with the failure is going to be yours to deal with. You are going to witness your own failure. That's how I talk to my sons. And I let them know, I'm not taking care of no grown man. I've given you everything for you to succeed. And I'm still here to help you. I'm not going to turn my back on you, but at a certain point, you're going to have to spread your wings and fly. And you're going to have to use all the things that I've instilled in you over the years. Don't worry, I got your back though. I'm right here. So if the world get messed up and you got to run back home, jump back into your room and regroup and start again, I'm here for that too. But don't think you're just going to sit around my house and you reach certain age and me go work all day and I come home and you're 2 big size 12 them cock up in my living room, cross the foot them on my center table and all of the milk done in the fridge, all the food eat out because all you've been doing is walking around the house all day on your cell phone, probably playing video games, eating up all the food in the house. No, that not gonna happen. That means I failed. That means so you're gonna take all I gave you. So sometimes we give the kids too much. And I babied my own children. Anybody who know me closely will tell you that my kids are spoiled. I baby my own children because I don't want them to have any excuses. If they have an excuse, it shouldn't be me. It shouldn't be, oh, my dad wasn't there. I wish I had a father who could have told me this or that. You have all that. So me talk to them. You have all that. I said, Farah, listen, there are children out there right now who don't have anything to eat this evening for dinner or had to share whatever little they had and it wasn't enough to fill them because that's how me did grow up. At one point, my mom was doing really bad financially. And I remember the 1 bologna slice, 2 bologna slices were in the fridge now. 1 bologna slice, fry it up, cut the eggs in at the middle, you know, so it don't puff up, fry it up, the 1 bologna slice, put it on 1 piece of bread, slap a next one on it, cut it in half. I had half of that sandwich for dinner, and my brother had the other half for dinner, and she did the same thing with the other slice. She had half for dinner, and my sister had the other half for dinner, and that was us in that house. You see, so I know, and I didn't want that kind of life for them. My children, them grow different, so they shouldn't have excuses. And don't make it be, oh, my daddy wasn't there, and me tell him that to him face. I think she gave this boy too much. I think even birds do it. Even birds push the baby them out of the nest at a certain point. The mother spend her time teaching the baby how to flap wings and how to take off like a bit. Okay, take off like oh, you can do it. Whoop, push them out of the nest. Sometimes you go around and you look at the 3-foot them bird nest up there, dead bird up on the ground. Because mother say you got to go and come out. Go see what your wings can do. I've taught you enough. And the bird either fly and eventually take off and go do a rough landing and say, okay, boy, boo, the landing here rough, but I can do it. So I'm going to try fly again and fly more till your wing them get right. But if the bird that didn't fly hit the ground hard, answer eat him at the bottom of the tree. That's nature in itself. You can't nurse no picnic till the picnic turn big man. I think that's to me that's contributing to their failure as adults. Nature Man says, true. Like my mom's at 20, it would be a joke to be in the home. Yeah. My mother already told me, she said, when you hit 18, don't think you're in my house. You're either in school somewhere at somebody's university, or you're here or you're there, but you're not in my yard. At some trade school. I learned something, but you're not going to be here just sitting around here. All right. Bella Mariposa, thank you for being here. Bella says, unfortunately, we're on a bird. Yeah, you wicked one. I know. We're not birds. We're not birds. But I'm drawing from nature. You know what I said? Just for sure. I know you're joking, but other people might not really know. Say I joke, yeah, make. So we're not birds. We're not animals. We are animals, but we're not that type of animal from the lower grade per se. So we're not gonna treat the youth them like, me know say a joke, we're not gonna treat the youth them like bird and just throw me son off our rooftop, fly boy, I didn't broke up. Anyway, yeah, we do give the kids a lot, man, and sometimes give them too much to our own detriment. Picnic will come back, come kill you, you know. I've seen it, you know. I've seen it. There was another guy who was from Chicago. Remember I did that story on him? He is his mom's only child. This is a different youth. He's his mom's only child. His mother worked her way up. The whole city knows this lady because they known her from growing up there. She worked her way up to the point where she owned a salon, and her beauty salon was doing extremely well. She took out big life insurance. This is her setting her life up and making sure that in the event anything happens to her, our one Pitney is perfectly taken care of. This youth didn't do nothing better than hire two of his friends to kill his mom, and he cashed out her life insurance policy within a week of her passing. Everything came back to fruition. Him talk, him tell everybody else that he hired to do it. He told exactly how he did it. He's sitting in prison right now. He wanted to be a rapper, and he figured that, you know how the music industry go already. If you're throwing out a lot of money like Flipper Mafia used to do, it draws a lot of attention to you. If you can pull up in the nice cars and pretty clothes and bag a woman around you because they're chasing that whatever you have, it adds to your clout. People are attracted to that in that world. The man killed his mother, and then he took the life insurance policy and he bought cars and he bought pretty clothes and he changed out thousands of dollars into $1 bills and drove through the ghettos of throwing money like this out the window. So people running and picking up the money, and people are asking, who's this? Yo, that's that new rapper so-and-so. He was trying to make his way into the rap industry, but he plotted. The one person who gave him everything, he plotted on that one person, his mother, and literally gave him everything. She gave him life. She had him. And then she made sure he would be financially secured in the event anything should happen to her. He was standing there ready or supposed to get everything that was coming to him from his mother had he just worked on his own self and waited his turn. And if life took its natural course, which is how life is, or supposed to be, you're supposed to bury your parents, right? Or you're supposed to wish your parents off, send them off into the other life or into that kind of something there. So he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait. Kill off his own mother. This morning in my cup is, I don't really like this still, but because it yellow up your teeth them and stuff, but turmeric and ginger is what I'm working with this morning. It's pretty yellow, pretty strong, but pretty good. Yeah, Donna Davis said, let it rain. The idiot boy was letting it rain, drove through all the impoverished sections of the city of Chicago, letting it rain with his mother's life insurance money that he killed her for. Her own child. Her own child. And if you hear the people talk about him and how she treated him, everybody was surprised because they're like, nah. There's a lot of kids around here that don't. And if you see the boy, then you will understand what I'm saying. Because his mom owns a salon, he had long dreads, right? But him dread them always well twisted out and neatly parted design and hair well groomed down and always in some fly clothes, what they call fly clothes or whatever, new shoes, the new Jordans, the one that would cost $250. And they said that that's how she raised them. That's how she raised them. Hear me now? When you start buying your children $200 shoes, listen, you better can maintain that. Because the message you're sending to this child is, this way you deserve $200 shoes for doing nothing, just for being you. You better make sure you're putting that child on a path or helping them down a path that's going to allow them to continue that lifestyle. Because people don't grow up wearing $200 shoes and then when they hit adulthood, them start shop for $5 shoes, $10 shoes. They're going to think it's a step down. You see? So here what? Me start you out with the $5 shoes them and the $10 shoes them. And I'll teach you how to aspire to be better and how to get better, how to get more. So I go. Wickedness increase. Your own children, you don't even know. And this is not a new thing, you know. This happens all the time. We have another story that I covered about the Jamaican woman in New York whose son killed her in the apartment. And it was along those lines as well. Or the other one that I covered about her kids that she brought, the son and the daughter she brought from Jamaica. And one of them told her, when tell her about him not work, because she bring him come here. And she's like, I brought you here like over a decade ago. You're a man now, a grown man now. Man in I'm late 20s, you know, I push into 30s. And want to fight his mom and is telling his mom. So she was asking, is there legal grounds that she can move them out of her house? Because she was concerned about immigration as far as immigration goes. You know, when you sponsor somebody, there's a part where you sign income disclosure saying you have enough to take care of this person. And then you're responsible for them financially for, I believe it's a decade after they enter the country. And anything they do financially, for instance, if them go take up welfare and start collecting government assistance, the government is liable. The government could actually hold you accountable for that and, in a sense, sue you, but require that you pay that money back because you brought this person here who is now on government assistance in order to survive, that kind of thing. And we vetted you before you brought them in, and you signed the paperwork saying you would be responsible for them. Affidavit of support. Thank you. Who's that? Branches Joe. Thank you. That's it. Affidavit of support. And that is one of the things actually that Donald Trump, when he was in power, was trying to use to go after. He said, go after their pockets. Go after their pockets. All the immigrants that come and they end up on government assistance, go after the sponsors' pockets. There's a lot of money to be collected there. It's on the books, but no one has been enforcing it. So Trump wanted to enforce it. He didn't make it. He wanted to enforce it because it was a law that was on the books already. It's not new. It's always been there, or it's been there for a long time, as long as I can remember. Well, so I go. And the brother and sister came and wanted to fight the mom out of her own house. They want her house. And she's saying that she's scared because how they're aggressive to her and she thinks they might hurt her and all this other stuff, and they're grown adults and they've been here a long time and they just won't move out and go get them own stuff. I mean, I tell the lady, say, it past that time where you would be responsible for them financially. If the government should come at you, kick them out of your house. They would come home and just see my locks change. And I would go down to the police station and pull out a report that said they had to stay there behind away from me. If it came to that, where I felt threatened in my own house by my children. You know what I'm saying? So these are worthless ass kids that didn't want nothing other than what they came and saw already. You're a parent, you have the house and everything. Yeah, me want it. The quicker you dead, the quicker me can move in it. It's real. Yes, Portia, it's real. It's real. Look at the girl in Jamaica and her boyfriend. She running at the house, stab up and chop up them parents. The plan, they actually ended up killing the little brother and didn't get to kill the parents. It was her and her boyfriend. The boyfriend that they are plot about how they are going to what? He used to walk through the house when nobody else was there, and she bring him there, talk about one day me and you are gonna live in this alone, And they used to go into the parents' bedroom and practice laying on both sides of the bed. This is gonna be your side and this is gonna be my side. Real stuff. So they start plotting now, and she is plotting how to kill her parents so that she can get everything that was there. End up killing our poor little brother. And she helped. Because when they set out in the house, it was supposed to be the parents coming home. The little brother was there instead. And they ended up, the boyfriend grabbed the little brother and was strangling him. And she ended up stabbing up her own little brother to help our boyfriend. So, boy, I don't know. Watch your kids. Watch your kids. There is such thing as you can give them too much. Do your job as a parent, but set those limits and set those guidelines and let them be clear to these children as they grow. Listen, here's the timeline we're working on. You're going to have to be doing this, this, and this, or this by this time. I'm not trying to take care of you as an adult, a young adult. I'm giving you everything you need now to be able to do that for yourself when you hit that age group. That's it. So let me end that part by saying condolences to the family. That's all I can say. It's sad, and we hear condolences all the time, and it really is a drop in the bucket of sorrow when you're grieving a loved one who was taken from you in this manner. You know what I'm saying? So my condolences, and it's sad. The lesson to be learned though is you can give your kids too much. Watch what you do with them picnic. That's all. All right. Crown said them watch too much TV. True. Them watch too much TV and internet and things that some of them crazy movie there can actually make it work, kind of thing. And the sad thing is, for some people, they get away with it. Inherit up everything their hardworking parents earned and got away with murder. Kill it one parents to have stuff. That was stuff that was going to come to you in life anyways, if you were, you know what I said? Anyhow, on to the next one now. This topic. So, as we all know, let me erase this. As we all know, Mavado's teenage son was charged with murder. They held him at 16. He was tried at 18. He was found guilty of that murder. The details of that murder I did in a video yesterday. You can go listen to the video. I won't tell you the details here because I want you to go watch that video. The details were gruesome, and the details were testified in court by 14 different witnesses But the gruesomest details of exactly how the crime took place was testified by the father of the youth that they are accused of killing. All right? Which leads me to a different part of that whole thing. It is my prediction, just like I predicted that they would have found the youth guilty based on what I saw. It is my prediction that they will go after Mavado next. It might not be today. It might not be in a week or two, because these things take time. Given his situation, as in, I don't know if he's a citizen of the US or if he's just a permanent resident, but we're talking about extradition. We're talking about getting him from the US back into Jamaica to face charges, because remember, when this all happened, they actually called for Mavado to come in for questioning. Instead of going in for questioning, he jumped on a plane and left the country. The day after that, they rounded up his whole family, his mother, his sister, his son, his nephew, some other family members. I believe it was a total of, like, I don't remember correctly, but a whole heap of family members got rounded up, arrested, taken down to station. They released everybody. Chase Cross, who is his cousin, they released everybody except for Mavado's son at that time. Fast forward 2 years later, the son is found guilty of that crime. Remember, right when it happened, they called Mavado. Remember how it happened. Man bust gunshot after you, you disappear, take away yourself from the scene. Within that same 24-hour period, house burned down, man killed, body head chop off, all kind of something. The father said he saw everything. He was there. He explained in court in details. Bella Mariposa, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. She says, blessings. You work very hard. Your content always up, up, up. Just a small appreciation. My rent due. Your rent due. I am giving donation. Oh my God. I can't be more thankful. I appreciate you. You're a big joker, I know. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Listen up. When I did the story yesterday, a lot of people are asking, so what happened? Why they did the youth like that? What did he do? That's the whole story. So if you haven't, we've been following this story for 2 years now, and we've done multiple videos at each level of development. So if you just type in SouFLoTV Mavado's son or SouFLoTV Mavado into Google, you're probably going to see all the videos we did concerning that. It can tell you what he did, how it transpired, how everything developed into that. Within that first 24-hour period of you getting shot at, the person who they said shot at you was dead. House burned down, all these things. Your family is taken into custody. They release everybody except your son. 2 years later, your teenage son, who was 16, turns 18, is tried as an adult. They started his trial on Vybz Kartel's birthday. When they did that, I said, message. Message. This is deeper than what we are seeing. Message. Okay? So right then, they said, I'm off Ryan. He's going to be found guilty. Then they went to choose, they chose trial by judge instead of trial by jury. And we did a video on that saying, some people say it's easier to pay off a one judge, SouFLo. Trust me. Mavado got this locked. The youth are going to walk. I said, no. That's putting your eggs in one basket. If the basket, they drop your one egg mashup, right? But it's harder to pay off a whole jury. I say, okay, let's see the outcome. But my prediction is nothing good now come out of this. I didn't think it was going to be a bust off and laugh. And it wasn't. Now we fast forward to Mavado. And I'm saying that I think they're going to go after Mavado next. People are asking me, Why you said I'm going to go after Mavado next? His son was at the scene of the crime. It don't have nothing to do with Mavado. How could you be so docile? What you mean it don't have nothing to do with Mavado? He was the one that got shot at. He was the one that took away himself from the scene. It was his son that they are saying that went and finished the job. Or you try to kill my father. You know who my father is? The man ended up dead. The man father was there to witness everything. Go watch the video that I put up about how it all went down. Listen to the words of the man as he described how everything went down. And you know, you have people that still say, nah, the father's story sounds shaky. Me not believe him. If somebody did me like that, God forbid, and my mother or my father witnessed all of it and decide that they're going to talk, I would hope that people would say, man, that's a parent having to describe that. Instead of saying, think I lie, so flow father telling her. That story didn't add up, it don't make sense. So you have a lot of people that star worship, right? And their favorite entertainer can do no wrong. But there is this part that I have to say, because we all need to know this information right here. It applies to your personal life. Check this out. Some people are justifying it and are saying, okay, Dante got found guilty. Go and hold your head, Dante, and hope you come out soon, because this was self-defense. If a boy try to kill my father or my brother or anybody close to me, now go for them, and I'm handling it in the same way. That's our personal feelings. When I talk about things, I talk about it in the context of the law, not in the context of our personal feelings. So, in the context of the law, let me tell you what self-defense is defined as. How me know? Because I went to a gun class and I took the self-defense lessons, because I want to know that when I'm defending myself, I'm defending myself according to the law, right? I'm not afraid to defend myself, and I'll do it in the blink of an eye, but I want to be within the context of the law. Some people have a license gun, and you feel like, oh, the man that diss me, my gun license, so I'm going to shoot him. You can't do that. You can't do that. Avril, I appreciate you greatly. Avril says, thank you for being you. Manners and respect, Avril. Thank you so much. You cannot go off personal feelings in the context of the law. This don't have nothing to do with SouFLo and I like Mavado, you know. This has to do with me waking up a whole bunch of people because I thought I could do it. I was sitting in that gun class and the man said, the instructor said, the instructor is a police officer for over 30-something years, and he's been instructing in this and studying the laws to keep updated for over 20-something years. The man said, he gave a scenario. He said, you're in your yard, you just pull up in your driveway, you open your trunk, you're taking your groceries out the car. Your neighbor comes over. For whatever reason, maybe you let the dog out early in the morning and the dog, you know, people keep dogging at them house apart and them love them dog and thing. Let out the dog will do upon them lawn. He's been telling you over a time now, your dog is pooping on my lawn, it's pissing me off, blah, blah, blah. Here you are taking your groceries out your vehicle. This man walks across, cut across your lawn, you know, cut across my property, my lawn, stand right next to me in my driveway and say something like, I'm gonna kill your ass. Your damn dog keep doo-dooing on my lawn. I can't take out my gun and shoot him. I can't take out my gun and shoot the man. Let me pop off my microphone. Hold on there. I cannot take out my gun and just shoot this man and be legally within the confines of the law. Me put up my hand in the class and I say, yes, that's perfect self-defense. He was on my property. He was advancing towards me. The instructor said you would go to prison. They would take away your stuff and you would go to prison. I said, why? I'm on my property. What's he doing over here that close to me? And he did shout he would kill me. He said, people say stuff all the time. Hey boy, me boss you, you know. Hey boy, me I kill you, you know. That's a verbal threat. You were not in imminent danger. Did he pull a weapon and said, I'll kill you? No. Well, he was just talking. You could have ran inside the house, called 911. You chose to kill the man right there. He never do nothing to you. He didn't even have anything in his hands that he was going to use to kill you. I said, what? That don't make no sense. He said, that's the law, and you better follow it, else your legal firearm is going to put you in prison. So I impart this stuff onto you. In the confines of the law, if somebody stab after you, shoot after you, tried to kill you, and you ran and you got away, you cannot come back later and kill that person and then claim self-defense. The minute you ran away and got away safely, in the confines of the law, it says you had enough time when you got away to do two things. One, you thought about your course of actions next. So what you actually did was walked yourself into a premeditated murder, which amounts to a first degree. You left, you went away and you planned it. Yo, boy, just kill me now. All right, so I'll go over there, make sure I chop off him head more and burn down your house more and do everything. And you went over there and you did it. That's no longer self-defense. Self-defense. If you collar me up and you start strangling me and you're trying to kill me and we're wrestling and I wrestle and overpower you and I strangle you and you die, I defended myself. If you pull out your gun and you shoot at me and I didn't run, I found cover and I pulled out my gun, my licensed firearm, and I start shooting back at you and I end up killing you, that's self-defense. If I left the scene while you were shooting and you didn't hit me, I cannot come back later. I forfeited my right to a self-defense claim when I left the scene. That's the law. And the SouFLoTV sets up. It's the law. It's the law. So in this particular case, how Dante ended up with first degree, the situation that escalated from one thing to another. Some people who are saying, I defend him, did I defend him, father? They had ample time after the shooting, because as you can see, Mavado never got shot. He got on a plane, he left Jamaica, he's fine. They had ample time to let law enforcement do their duty. Now, of course, our personal feelings is going to say law enforcement, Jamaica, not going to work. But they don't care. When you get to the courthouse, it's the law that counts. So that's how that went. And for those of you who are saying, so why, how Mavado coming to all this now? Well, one of the evidence that convicted Dante was a cell phone message that said, remember, I know the boss said want him head. And then the head was actually removed during that situation. The person who testified, go and watch the other video and listen to the details of the testimony and you'll see how it ties in. Everybody want to know who is the boss. Is it Gully God? Because Ron that's a name the Gully and he calls himself the God of the Gully. Is it Gully God? Are him the big boss? Did he want to be the superior Don? And him and somebody else who's fighting for Don should kick off and the man said, I don't fear about you. Gully who? And why? And missed. Was it that case? They are trying to pin it on him. That's why them asked him for coming in for questioning. We believe he has information that can help us with. Remember how they did Tommy Lee? Same way they did Tommy Lee was the same thing that was done for Mavado. The only difference was Tommy Lee didn't run. He actually went and turned himself in. Mavado got on a plane and took himself away from Jamaica. So it shouldn't be hard to figure out how he could be implicated in this. And I think, by my prediction, eventually they're going to go after him. At some point, they don't even need the youth them to say, yeah, Gully God get the order. Him say, him want him head. Himself a go for them. They, you know how them do already. They get people all the time on conspiracy charges, and the poor people and they are talk about me. I had nothing to do with, yep, well, so-and-so, you were around them all the time during this time. What we have him on surveillance here in that yellow van. We know that he dropped off 4 kilos of cocaine to this location, and you were in the vehicle with him, and you said, I was in the vehicle, but I didn't know cocaine was in there. It's my friend from childhood. I thought we were just taking a ride. He said, stop right here. Let me check a brethren real quick. The law is saying no conspiracy charges. We've seen you around him multiple times where drug deals went down. Even though you can probably prove, like, I didn't know it was in there, them are going to say, yes, conspiracy will stick. Guilty by association. They hit you with that conspiracy. How 50 Cent said it? 50 Cent said it's better to be charged straight up for murder than to be hit with a conspiracy charge by the feds. Because when you get hit with a conspiracy charge by the feds, there's so many twists and turns and legalities in it. Them hook you this way, tie you in that way, tie you in this way. And all the while you're saying, look, these are friends of mine from childhood, man. We always hang out. We've been hanging out since I was 9, 10. I'm 34. What? Them don't want to hear that. Them will go after him. They're going to go after him. That's my prediction, is that they're going to go after him. Some of the details I wanted to go through this morning on this show will prevent you from watching the other video to hear the full details of the case. But that part that when some member the boss say want him head is still in question as to who is the boss. Who say want him head? Well, they can easily say, who else are the boss? I'm Mavado. And him have him influence and him youth. Everybody know him as Gully God. You know him have the mansion on the hill and these things. You know how a lot of yes men and clout chasers are. It's not hard to get a bag of them around you. Especially if you have money and clout. So I think they're going to go after him. I really think they're going to go after him. Now for the people who say, so me draw my phone. For the people them who say, SouFLo, I don't know what you're talking about, because first of all, if he's a citizen, the US does not extradite their citizens. One person yesterday I said, and these same people, like one of them told me yesterday, go do your research, brother. Why are you telling people to go do research when you never do no research? Because I do my research. There are legal sites out here that is public information. You can do your research. The US has extradition treaties with over 100 countries. I believe the number is 120 countries. And that is not just for the US to go take people out of their country. That's for the US to send people to them as well. Okay? And the first one I looked up was the bilateral extradition treaties between the United States of America and Jamaica, and it's public information right here. With a view to receiving the advice and consent of the Senate to ratification, I transmit here with the treaty on extradition between the United States of America and Jamaica. And this was signed in Kingston on June 14th of 1983. The treaty is actually the first modern United States extradition treaty within the entire Caribbean region. Some people don't know what I'm talking about. And guess what? They might not extradite their citizen if their citizen was born in the United States, because that would be exiling a citizen, sending them to a foreign country that's not their country to face charges. That's different. But you are an immigrant. So even if you have citizenship, your citizenship is revocable. You don't know that? Come on now, just the other day they were taking away people's citizenship for simple and stupid things that we all thought was crazy as hell. Like, this has never been enforced before. People that lose them citizenship and get sent back. Okay, you think murder is not good enough? Well, the process is long, and you can read up all about the process right here. And when you read up about the process, it will tell you that if someone has permanent residency or citizenship, especially if they have naturalized citizenship, it's going to take a bit longer to do it, because the government that is requesting that person to be extradited, first of all, they have where they don't have to even go through the whole extradition thing. It could be just a catch and give over. So they can actually put out up here, we don't want to go through the extradition thing, just catch him, put him on a plane, send him back. But if they're to go through the extradition thing, it's going to take a bit longer, because they have to go through 4 different channels to do so. Go read up to something. You see, when you have naturalized citizenship and not born citizenship, it's 2 different citizenship. Your citizenship is revocable under certain conditions. And then we fling you out for real. And if the government of your home country can come up with a solid case. Now watch this. The case wasn't solid before. Dante was awaiting trial before. Everything had to come out in court before. Everything has come out in court now. And the evidence was so strong that it convicted him. So now they have solid stuff that they can present to the US if they should go extradition and say, listen, this is the case. This is how it developed. This is what happened. He got shot at. He ran. We said, come here. Let's have a talk. Come in for questioning. He didn't come in for questioning. He left the country. We got his son. Because this information that we used to convict him told us that he was one of the ones that did it. Through getting his son, witness, all this other. Now we have this. He has already been convicted. That is a solid case they are presenting now. So when they present a solid case they know where others have been convicted and you are involved, the most the US is going to ask is, so what was his role in all of this? And they can say, he gave the order. People are going to say, oh, he can't go to prison because he gave the order. Are you kidding me? There was a woman that got caught in a car. The video is on YouTube or social media. Woman got caught in a car paying a hitman to go kill her husband. The woman got so much time in prison, it was as if she killed the husband. Mob bosses go down under this law all the time, and they never touched a soul. He ordered the killings. That's what they say in court when they bring in the mob boss them. And then usually they'll get what they call a stool pigeon or a snitch who will say, yes, I did the murder of Constantino so-and-so, and I did the murder of so-and-so, but all my orders came from Mr. Luciano or Mr. Weber. Conspiracy to commit murder, racketeering. No, man. I don't know how you can not see the tie, but I see the tie. And I know that this is not over. It's not over by a long shot. Smurf2959 says, wow, this youth honestly want to see Mavado locked up like cartel. Shaking my effing head. This worse than Badman youth. You are a simpleton. You are really a simpleton. Me never say one word bad about Mavado yet. You can go back and do my whole history on YouTube. I have never disrespected Mavado yet. I have never said his music sound like garbage. I have never said me not like him. I have never said any of that. Matter of fact, I've said I support all dancehall artists. And I look at all these men as my brothers. And if it's their music that's going to allow them to live a better life and provide for their family and people around them, then I'm all for it. I don't even care if the content of the music is derogatory. It a sell, there means a market for it. That means there's a market for it. So it's people like them simpleton here that say stuff like that, right? A lot of the stuff that goes on a lot of the times, it's the fans. It's the fans, the big fan them, the big AC unit them that inveigle the stuff from behind a keyboard. Ain't nobody hating Mavado over here, man. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And I spoke about that yesterday morning. As a father myself, who has a son that's the same age as his son, I wouldn't want that for my son. You think I joke me make when I get up in the morning and I say, shout out to the people who wish good for others as much as they wish good for themselves? You think that's a joke when I say that? That's how I live my life. I genuinely wish good for others as much as I wish good for myself. And I know what it took for me to get to that level of thought process in life. That's why I say big up to anybody who reached Dessa. This is not no joke thing. You over here talking garbage and poor Mavado over there probably a cry out him eyes. Because him youth is about to do a hefty time in prison at the age of 18 and been locked up since he was 16. Gone over to adult facility. Do you know what some youth when them go to adult facility, some hardened criminal in there who knows that they're not coming back out. This is who they're gonna have to face. And when the little youth them, listen, there ain't no guns in there. Nobody now bust no gunshot in there. You're gonna have to fight. You have the heart to run up and grab a man and stab him up. Eh? You have the strength. You've been working out. You big enough. You strong enough. Not for who bad out a road go in there so and go under manners and then get beer abused. Them have you in there with a big pan and everybody dirty draws in there with them name pan it and yeah, scoops underwears. So that's stupid stuff that y'all talk on social media, man. Y'all gotta understand that there's this, and you know what that stems from? And I said it again yesterday. It stems from the whole gully Gaza thing. I'm not one of them people there that cannot separate entertainment from reality. That's one of the biggest problems that we have in Jamaica. A lot of the youth them that listen to some of the artists them we talk about boy marrow fly and head bust pan wall and a lot of the youth them that listen to these artists actually really believe that him just go around so go clean him gun, clear out a street, much works in our community, then went right to the recording studio and recorded the song. Yo, a bad man, you know. I saw and you see how him live, mansion pan the hill, big luxury Benz and Jeep and one that life there. If only they would come out, and I've said this before, and tell the youth them, say, listen, you see the thing that when me sing about, it's just like when you watch a movie, youth. It's just like when you watch an action movie. You see Tom Cruise come on the scene, pull out him gun, bam, 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 kill about 20 people. The next time you see him is on the red carpet picking up an award. That means that he's not living that life. It's the same thing we do with the music. If you could just explain that to the youth them straight from your mouth. But a lot of them believe that. And a lot of them draw so much into this gully Gaza thing and this me over here, so me a vendetta, me now say this and me now say that, me now listen to a boy music. I like reggae music. And I like dancehall music. I don't care who sing it. If it sounds good, it can play. And if I'm dancing and it's playing, I'm not gonna stop in the middle of the party and say, and the boy the music I play. I walk off my dance floor. So stop the foolishness, man. Certain things are way different. We have no choice but to look at certain things with some damn common sense and eyeglasses of reality. Put on your reality glasses now when you're talking to me. The man said, me really want to see Mavado sink like Cartel. How? How? Go look at my history. I have hundreds of videos on YouTube. If I was that kind of person you accuse me of being, you should be able to go pull up one of them videos there, at least one out of the hundreds I've done over the years. They're there. I didn't take them down. They're on YouTube. You should at least be able, boy, come and talk about, yo, SouFlo, you hate alkaline, you know, you're bad mind. Bad mind for what? Bad mind for what? You hate Mavado, you know. You want to see him son stink and bad mind for what? Even one time when I said about cartel case, I said, me no care Gully or Gaza, if you're guilty, you do the time. Right? Because if I did my family member, them skip all that. They don't remember all that. You know what I got in my comment section? You're a traitor. Your Gaza family will kick you out. You're no longer part of the Gaza family. And I'm like, y'all retarded as ever. like really. It's a disrespect to people who have mental retardation to compare them with you, because you're up on a different level of slow and foolishness. I don't wish bad for nobody, fam. No time. I discuss public information that others, that's why I tell people where I source my information from, so they can go look at it too. Someone will really sit down there and don't even listen 5 minutes of a 1 hour video and have something to say. And you missed the part where he said he got it from here. Go read it for yourself. Me not dig up people business. Me as a man, I mind my own business. But when it becomes public business, when it's in the Star, the Loop News, Gleaner, Observer, TVJ, CVM, are 6 million already, you know. And these are 6 big entities that are way bigger than me. And that's just straight out of Jamaica. Not to mention one time, the Daily Mail and all this picked it up at UK, and then it up on CNN in the US. Who am I? Oh, me know what? When you think a weak fence over here. Okay. And SouFlo is the only one that replies back. Because CNN don't give a damn about your opinion. They ain't going to reply to your ignorant comments on social media. TVJ, CVM, and all them don't care about your, them cover the news. It's funny to see how they're willing, though, to sympathize with one side and no empathy for the victim or the victim's family, at least then. Many people say, yo, your son did a bad man, and you know it. Him shoot after the man, and the man's son defend him. When him do out there shoot after the man, I saw him lose him life. Okay, I get that. I get that. But that's why I explained to you what self-defense is in the context of the law. If you're going to say, F the law, I'm handling this on my own, then I could see how that could go down like that. For instance, I'm one of the people that say if a boy ever raped my daughter and me find out, I would drop my small kids off to my mom. All I want to know is where this person live at. And I dash with that. Anybody will open the door. Your mother should open the door, she get it too. And people was like, SouFlo, you're wicked, don't say that. Or your mother never have nothing to do with it. I just saw my mind would I get cross, angry, miserable, out of control to defend my daughter's honor. Yeah, but you're not defending her honor. Now she don't have no daddy and you in a prison. Well, in the heat of the moment and madness. But that's not within the law. If I should put myself within the law and operate under law, it would be, my outcome would be different. My actions would be different. Or I have already accepted the consequences. Gaza British, big up yourself and thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Gaza British said, big up yourself, my G. Big up yourself, family. I don't know why they're comparing this to, well, I know why we're comparing it to Cartel's case because of the relationship with him and Mavado and the rivalry and over the years. And, you know, one man drop and buck in two and flip and kin over and get a life sentence and the other man laugh and laugh and laugh. and now him own youth end up in it, and we are say a karma and all this. I understand all that. Understand all that. In Vybz Kartel's case, the one witness that they claim said blah, blah, blah. That same witness recanted his story in the appeal process. The man said he never said that. Or he said that, but he said it under abuse, under duress. They make him say it. But really, he never seen nothing like that. I didn't see nothing like that. They made me say it. Them hold me down there for how long? I tell me, say them, nah, let me go. Them beat me up, and he described how one of them thump him in his face or slap him in his face and thing. In this case, this is a father. Go and watch the other video and listen to the details of how the father described how this all happened. And for those of you who are saying, but a 5-man go SouFlo, so how come him only recognize Dante, Mavado's son, and the other youth that Dante got found guilty with? The other youth got found guilty as well. The man clearly explains that them are youth when know from them little and a grow. So y'all missing that part? It's not hard to get some other people from some next community that he never seen before or don't know. So 5-man show up, but me know 2 of them. And 2 of them me know from them little and a grow. At one point, they were even friends with my son. It irks my nerves, man, when people say that. Because, see, we live in a small world. And I know that people are ignorant as hell. And some people, when them can't catch the justice system because the justice system did them wrong, they catch the people who talk about the case. Misguided energies or misguided hate or misguided vengeance. And them want to fight me, SouFlo, out the road for talking about something that, again, CVM, TVJ, Loop, Gleaner, Star, Observer, all of them carried. Not to mention the 500 vloggers that talk about it. We've had a vlogger explosion. Everybody is a vlogger now. And everybody is carrying crime stories now. But when them can't, oh, but your platform big, dog, and you're come on, man. My platform ain't big compared to the 6 entities I just called out. And they all covered it. 116 says, SouFlo, Jamaica have a culture problem and high IQ situation. Notice majority of the ghetto youths look up to badness and the power of donship and want that attention. Not saying all. True. True. And in the videos that I did before where I spoke about that, I said we've had a cultural change. Like one time gone, we were really known for Irie. And you know, say bad man deal with bad man. One time gone, you know, say when time man get shot up out the road because he was living a certain kind of lifestyle. And you will hear mommy say, me talk to him, you know. Me talk to him, but him just couldn't change him ways. And them thing there. That time has changed. Now we have every parent that say, my son no, not a good, hard-working boy. Different. So the culture has changed and the world view of us has changed as well. Hard-working Jamaican, oh, you want to get like 4 jobs like a Jamaican. You working hard like a Jamaican. That's what we used to know him for. Because we used to come for him for the hustling. And when we come, somehow we pick up 2 and 3 jobs even. But now when you say gun smuggling, drug dealing, murders, gangster life, that's what the world, oh, you a Jamaican? Oh, okay. Watch them. It's no longer, oh, you Jamaican, Irie man. That's facts. So the culture has changed. From me, I grew up till now, I say 2 totally different culture. 2 totally different cultures in comparison. Junior Cameron said, SouFlo, Mavado boxed the man first over argument with his son. That is why them shot after him. And those were the details that were revealed. You see that? See that in our comment section? Not me, SouFlo said those were the details. But go listen to the father, because the father explained exactly how they did it, son, and who did what. So if you really want to know who did what, go watch that video. I put it up last night or yesterday. That is the altercation for those of you who don't know. Them said the man that they are mouth off, verbally disrespected, Mavado clout in my box. Bow! The brother rock and pop off. Why up the place? And Mavado have to run and take for himself. It was said that he made a pit stop at a police station to report the incident and then jumped on a plane and left the country. And at the time when it happened, people were saying, Mavado run go to station. And him a gangster. And me I said, don't laugh. Because gunshot a bus. That's the first thing you do is take for yourself. If you don't plan to stay and have a firefight. See? But him left. So it's one thing led to another thing, led to another thing. And here we are today talking about Dante being convicted of murder at 18 and how they might be going after his father next. My prediction is that they're going to try. Come on, they still reported it that he is still wanted for questioning in the same incident. We don't want him for questioning for. If you think he don't have nothing to do with it. If you believe that you have who you needed to have already. You know, so say implicate them, I try implicate them in a thing. But me talking about it is me implicating him. Yes, man, somehow, you know, God go with you. God go with you. Yeah, man, I know. Some of them people are slow, but the funny thing is, for those people who call themselves intelligent, like I see it all over the place. For instance, I have people who come on SouFLoTV and they're like, when you was cursing so much, I unsubscribed, but I noticed that you changed up the way you talk, so I subscribed back to the channel. Pardon my language, your mama bumbo blood clot. I see the same people on other channels because the channel them come up next to mine now. And me tell you, say YouTube says under the thing, subscribers of SouFLoTV also watches this channel, and them tell you if you watch it regularly. So I know send over there. When somebody send a clip, come give me and say, yo, SouFlo, here the money, I hear what I say about you. Watch this and send the video. Sometime I go check it out. What am I say about me now? I'm in nothing with nobody. When we check it out and look in the comment section, it's the same people who is on my channel talking about when you curse, I unsubscribe. But when you stop, and you over at a channel where every 4 out of every 7 words is a F this, blood, that. I see them over there, yo, me love Pretty Don, yo, she had the realest. Big up to Pretty Don. Big up to the real Pretty Don, because I know the real Pretty Don from way back when. But big up to Pretty Don, the Pretty Don, what them say is dirty mouth, talk, all kind of foolishness. Jamaican girl that look like a boy sometime thing there. Them something there. That Pretty Don there. But I've seen people really tell me about how me talk. And then me go check out Pretty Don something and them over there. You're the realest, yo. I love you. Me love you. You see, if I could have reached through the phone and hug you. So a lot of people that show up are hypocrites. Big, dirty hypocrite. And the more I do this is the more I'm realizing that I have to just run my platform and who get it, get it. But there's a responsibility that comes with running this platform. Because when you see foolishness escaping, you can't just let it go. Because if you let it go and co-sign it, they will start to associate you with all this misinformation. A SouFlo said that, may I tell you, that boy there. And I'm over here like, me never said nothing like that. Check all my video there. Matter of fact, this is what I said. Because our people so ignorant, this thing can leave social media and go into real life real quick. there's an artist out by the name of, and I have the same name on purpose just to give him his credit, because him have a one tune out a road where bang the place right now in the dancehall sphere. And we're talking about Insidious. When Insidious first came to my attention, he had in the eye something. You remember when Alkaline black out him eyeball them and tell the people about he flew in a surgeon from the US because he didn't get papers to fly out yet, and the surgeon actually did surgery on his eyeball and to make it that way? Did you see the influence behind that? Man start juke themselves into them eyeball and try to change them color, eyeball color like Alkaline, almost glowing, going blind. One youth eye swell up shut, pus come out tight. And it turns out later that Alkaline didn't do nothing to his eyeball. All he did was put in 2 contact lenses that them never used to. See? When Insidious came out, I said, boy, the music can go on still, but what kind of name is Insidious for an artist to give itself? But me not really talk about the name still because I've seen other weird names make it. But the eye thing, somebody else did that already. I even said in the video, it's sad that talented youth who can actually really make music has to not only make music, but has to go a step further and create controversy around them name by doing crazy things just to get people to pay attention to their talent. But who can blame them when this is how the system is set up? The gatekeepers not letting them in until social media over-flooded with them and them madness. And the youth don't really want to do them madness there, but he wants his music out. You know, say after Alkaline get papers and fly out and get him thing together, him take out the 2 things out time eye. Right? Me hear man start, yo, SouFlo, Florida you there now. You know, easy for you know hard for touch. Or you know hard for reach. Watch how y'all talk about the G. Me not easy for touch. Me not easy for reach. Florida me there. So they're telling me that they're in Florida. Come do my research now. They're telling me that they're in Florida just like I'm in Florida, and me not easy for reach. I mean not hard for reach. Sorry, not easy. You know hard for reach. Or you know hard to get touch. Watch how y'all talk about the G. Because I said the I something that played out and somebody else do that already. Because that was his gimmick when he came. See? That was his gimmick when he first came out. And then threatened my life. But me not hard for reach. You in a Florida. So the ignorance can go way beyond this real quick. And people want to do something for nothing. Out of their frustration, they're not getting where they need to be. Them feel like you said something on your platform and they think your platform is so big that your platform gave their material a fight, and now you hold them down, you the boy, you box food out of the dog mouth, you know. Yes, nature man, exactly. A crying shame. The level of ignorance that exists among us with our thing and our people. So I get it. That's why I'm long-winded and talk so much sometimes, because much explaining is needed. Much breaking down is needed. Some of my subscribers say, SouFlo, sometimes you just get tired to hear you break down stuff like to baby level. I have to do it for those. The one them were ignorant enough to kill man out a road off of something that was said on social media. Or to start war over something that was said in a 1-hour video that they only watched 5 minutes of. So here we are. My prediction is they're going to go after Mavado. That's my prediction. The only way I don't think they will go after him is if they actually come out, JCF actually comes out and says, We got who we wanted. The case is complete. It's closed. No one else is involved. It rests right here. If them not come out and say that, then me know say the other 3 youth them, where them not find yet, them still a look for. And I also, and therefore the case will be open. And I also know that them want Mavado. So God go with them. Cause me can't go. That's all. Big up on yourself, man. Miss T, no blessings formed against us shall prosper. I mean, no weapons, but no blessings. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. Where Popcorn said prayers go up and the blessings come down. Yeah? We don't live in fear now. We don't live in fear at all. We deal with self-defense. So we let people know how to defend themselves in the confines of the law. That way you can air it out and clear it out and go about your business legally. If it's there to be used, use it to protect yourself as well. Don't let others use it to protect themselves. Then you over here talk about, then how come he got away with that and me couldn't get away in that same situation? Because you didn't study the law, because you missed some small stuff, because of how you did it when you could have did it differently and walked away. I don't fear nobody out there, so for what? Come on, man. I'm not saying I'm the toughest person in the world, but where my life experiences have taken me, I think it built me for this. So this ain't about fear. We don't operate off fear. We operate off facts. And if we get the facts wrong and put out misinformation, we're man enough to come back to the audience and say, listen, that's something that we print yesterday or that we said yesterday, and that's how it did really go. This is how it really went. My bad. I was trying to rush to the story, and that's why I don't do breaking news anymore. But remember, for those of you who've been here long enough, remember how me used to, as soon as the story dropped, bam, me dep on it. And people used to be like, yo, SouFlo, you're quick enough. Oh, you get this already, and me there in Jamaica, and me don't know about this. I don't do that no more, because the stories always develop into something else. More come out later. And I've learned over the time of doing this, 5 years now, this is a half a decade. I've learned over the time of doing this to get it together properly before presenting it to the public. Because as your thing grows, it carries more influence and the message goes further. So you don't want to be putting out messed up information, because sometimes you can't draw it back. Roland Trini, big up yourself. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Miss T says, at Patrick City, Mavado is covered. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I say I'm covered too, and I hope I am. Let's hope so. Yes, Stacyan, I understand that. Some people will continue to be who they are, and we can't fix that. I understand that. But some people out there are reachable. And like I said before, I've had people, like, for instance, I have people come on the comment section and send me up under my mother. And I'm a good queen. And my response to them would be something like, you seem to be going through something rough. I can't imagine a sane person waking up and the first thing in the morning, because the video just go up. This is how you respond to another person who you've never met and never said anything bad about you or did anything bad to you. But I pray happiness upon your life, and I hope everything you're going through works out and you get to a happy place in life. I'm at a happy place in life where I don't need to speak to people in that manner. I said, God go with you, genuinely. And big up yourself, and thanks for stopping by. Same way. People link me back and say, yo, SouFlo, Jano, the way you respond to that. You make me looking at myself, my G. Me actually go back and take down, change the comment and them thing there. So people out there are reachable. If we stop teaching, believing that nobody is reachable, then we not do due justice and due diligence Some people are reachable, man, and the hard work is going into that space to reach them. Let me end this video by saying this. Lady Saw, come here, Kai. Lady Saw is about to do dancehall gospel, right? And I'm one of them who was saying, no, the two shouldn't mix in one space. But wait, hold on. I have to look into myself, and I have to be honest. I listen to rap music, and then when the song, halfway through the song, I realize it's a Christian rap song. I say, if I can listen to these and not change the channel and say, no, the two nothing mixing in one space, then why would I want to fight down Lady Saw? If she feel like she can penetrate the space of dancehall and use the rhythm of dancehall rhythm and put a positive message on it and reach those in there, so because you have to go the way they going in order to reach them. If you turn so and me turn so, we'll never meet. So we have to meet somewhere. See? So if she feel like she can go in there and reach some with some positive message through her music, who am I to fight that? So I can't fight down the lady thing. And with that said, we end it this morning. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect. Thank you for tuning in. It's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Just remember, man, keep people around you that are positive, that uplift your spirit, your vibration, and be true. But be good. Be good to others. Yeah? It comes back around. It's called karma, and it's real. Papa, come here. One bit. Pops, no, don't go over there. So come here. Come say bye to these people for me. Look, they're on here.
It's an F.
That's an F. No. All right, come over here.
F.
He's reading my board. See, that's the F. F. You gonna say bye or not? Look over there and say bye-bye. He's saying bye, but you can't see his hand. He's like...
Shape.
Shape?
It's the door.
Yes, that's the door. Open the door. Daddy is done. All right, people, listen. Manners and respect here. And we'll catch you on the next video. I might go live this weekend, so stay tuned. For those of you who are not subscribed to the channel, you might not know this. When you hit the bell says, first you hit the subscribe button. Yes, you're subscribed. But YouTube might only send you a video every once in a while if you're basically subscribed. So you see that bell next to the subscribe button? When you hit the bell next to the subscribe button, hover over the bell, and it's going to give you 3 choices. One of the choices says, send me all videos. One says, send me some videos. And one says, send me videos every now and then. For those of you who've been saying, SouFLo, always I miss the live and I'm not getting notified, it's because you're subscribed, but you didn't hit send me all videos. So when I go live, you miss it. Or when I put up videos, you miss most of them. Just put that out there. So big up on yourself, all right? I'm out. Peace.
F.
F, Papa?
It's F.
Where's the F?